This KISD Coaches Show is supported by Coach Henderson Sports Photography, Modern Appliance, Clean Veterinary Clinic, Denali Roofing, Seashells Visuals, and Cloud Real Estate.
Well, welcome into the pregame show. We've got a big pregame show for you tonight. It's not just a Toby Foreman show, but it's also the Roy Locke show. And it's going to be pretty interesting, and I'm going to try and get a graphic up where I have both of y'all on the picture. So we'll have
Appreciate that.
But first of all, Toby, great win over at Lake Belton. Man, I tell you, barn burner is was a word for it. Last second win. Unbelievable. People were excited everywhere when y'all won that game, and Roy's here is going to talk about the defense a little bit, but just talk about the win, man.
Well, I think most everybody was excited. I don't think Lake Belton was very excited, but it was a great game, and it was a true 48-minute game because I think we scored with 3 seconds left, and then the kickoff was probably as scary as anything because we tried to squib it down there, and they turned and pitched it to Micah Hudson, so that's a scary deal. But, we were able to corral him. And, Coach Crope, he did a great job, and they were prepared for us. And I feel like, Coach Locke's in the defense and offensively Coach Downs, we were prepared for them as well. Special teams played a big part in this thing. So it was a great game, and I know the fans were entertained on both sides, and it was just a great atmosphere in Belton on Friday.
Well, Roy, you were coaching the defense, and you won the ball game for him, more or less, according to Toby.
No, this was a very nervous night for me. I just think when we were up here Sunday game planning, and what people don't know is Coach Foreman is a defensive back at heart. He's a defensive guy, and just had this crazy idea way back in the files from. We ran a defense called Tough back in the West Orange Stark days, and he's been a couple other places where you truly double team a receiver. And we were going against the number one receiver. And so we came up with that crazy idea and took a gamble, and it worked. The kids were able to do it. We had some injuries, so we had to move people around at the last minute. And it put strain on the defense in other areas. But the kids made plays when they needed to, and we stuck with it. And it was very hard for me at times, but we were patient. We stuck with it and it paid off. So definitely hats off to the defensive guys, but also Coach Foreman for the suggestions and the adjustment and just having faith in us taking that gamble, and it paid off.
Well, who are some of the guys defensively you want to talk about that really had a great game? Is it all 11 of them or all 15?
Basically, yeah. Well, Ronnie Collins had the challenge of being man-to-man on him. He's a guy, yes. Ronnie Collins had that challenge, and we used some couple different guys, Trey Ford, Marquise Cross on the back end to be the other guy that double teamed him. But the rest of those guys were basically, we were playing with 9 guys to stop the rest of them. And so we rallied the troops a little bit, but Ronnie Collins took the challenge on, and 0 catches, 0 yards, so it worked out. He's my defensive MVP for this week. Well,
I've got you here as a defensive coordinator. What do you think about the Ellison Eagles offense?
Definitely they have some length and some size, and they're athletic. They can stretch the field. They can get down, get out in space. They make you tackle them, and they make you stay on top of them on the back end. This would be probably the most athletic group that we've had to face. So there's a challenge for us, but we'll accept it. We'll get after them and see what happens.
Love your defense. Love your defense. We got to get Toby back on the show since it's his show, so we'll just stick around for a few minutes because we got a door prize for you before you leave. So, you talked about the game. Hey, you made Sports Center. Let's talk about that real quick, man. You were on Sports Center, dude.
Well, as an athlete and then now a coach, you always want to make Sports Center. I just didn't know I'd be making it like that, But it was, the kids were telling me when I left out of the parking lot, Coach, you went viral. I don't know what that meant, I just know there's a lot of people that I guess saw that clip, and it was an awesome atmosphere both during the game and after the game. And so, we were extremely excited to be, to represent Shoemaker High School during the game, and then also with what transpired after the game.
He asked his girlfriend to be his fiance, I guess, and marriage is coming up in the future. We won't talk about all that, but definitely a lot of excitement from your kids and everything, and they're still excited to hear them go down the hallway. They just finished practice, folks, and so they're making some noise coming back into the field house here, and so that's what you're hearing, and that's what you want to hear.
Yeah, our freshmen are undefeated right now. They're 4-0, and they're excited about the opportunity to play. This is a rivalry game. Ellison is 3.6 miles down the road. I know you graduated from there, but
Yes,
I don't want to see any green shirts on you on Friday. I want you to be neutral. But, I've been here for 5 years. This will be the 6th matchup against them, and it doesn't matter what the records are. Every game literally has been decided by a touchdown or less. And, it just says a lot about, this is going to be I'm a huge Marvin Hagler fan. And when Hagler fought Hearns, the name of that fight was nicknamed The War. And I believe that this game is going to be very similar. You hopefully can give it that nickname after the game. I hope we get out of there healthy, and so do they. But we want to come out on top, and this thing is going to be determined. There's a quote in that boxing match that says, this match is going to be determined by the biggest heart and the strongest chin, and I believe that might be the same situation right here because it's going to be a slugfest, and we just got to have enough endurance to be the last one standing.
Yeah, y'all match up pretty well with them, don't you?
We do. It's like looking to a mirror. They have a sophomore quarterback. We have a sophomore quarterback, spread offenses, 50 defense. Their number 51 has a Alabama offer. He's a big-time guy. We got a couple of defensive linemen that are big-time guys. It literally is like it's practice against us. Practice wasn't that hard this week as far as being able to imitate. But what they do have is a lot more size at receiver. They got a lot bigger receivers than I do. I probably have a little quicker guys than they do. But overall, it very well may come down to special teams and something happening late in the fourth quarter is what I expect.
And your defense ready to go, buddy?
Ready to roll.
Ready to roll, huh? You've been working them hard all week?
Yeah, we've been getting after it. And I just told them, do your assignment, run to the football, be mad when you get there, we'll be all right.
Get mad when you get there. I love that. I love that. Well, you're getting ready to head out on the Searle Stadium. It's going to be full. That place is going to be full. This will be played, of course, before the game, so get there early, folks. I think I'm going to get there about 5 instead of a lawn chair and be there ready to go. So it's going to be a great game. Probably the best game in the state of Texas, if you ask me, definitely in this area. So good luck to both of y'all offensively and defensively, and as a whole, Gray Wolves against my Ellison Eagles. But that was 40 years ago when I was there, so we won't talk about that a whole lot. So, but we do wish you good luck, and just kind of give me that talk.
Well, first, let me say this to the fans. Dan is right. We need to get there early. This is our military appreciation game, so that's a big deal to us, especially living in this town. But my pregame speech is not very difficult. You shouldn't have to give a pregame speech for a rivalry game. I'm a Florida State Seminole fan. When they play Miami, I imagine Bobby Bowden didn't give him any pregame speeches for that. He just kind of opened up that door and let them run out there. But I would say this: we need to control our emotions. We need to do our assignments, and we need to fly around for 48 minutes. If we do that, good things are going to be, will happen for us, and we'll have an opportunity to win this game. But, I'm excited about the opportunity, and I know our kids are excited about the opportunity. So thank you all for coming out, and as always, go Gray Wolves.